If you've ever felt overlooked, underestimated, or quietly disrespected despite being capable, intelligent, and disciplined, this video is for you. You do more, you explain more, you try harder, yet the respect never fully arrives. That's not because you lack value, it's because value is never declared. It's perceived. This video breaks down how powerful people increase their value without asking for recognition, approval, or validation, using restraint, scarcity, and strategic self-control, so others naturally begin to treat them differently. Stay until the end, because the final principle explains why the moment you stop trying to appear valuable is often the moment your value begins to rise. We live in a world where perception sets the price. Your worth operates like a currency, shaped by the signals you project. People assess you constantly, reading whether you appear needy or self-sufficient, common or rare. Value isn't something you simply possess. It's something that's communicated and interpreted. A diamond holds potential, but its worth only becomes real once it's revealed and refined. Machiavelli understood this well. What appears to be often matters more than what is. Your reputation is built through discipline, with every action adding another stone to the fortress around your name. Perceived value grows slowly, formed through patience and self-control. When you chase quick approval, you dilute it. When you invest in your long-term image, it compounds. Real power is patient, developing quietly until the moment it's needed. Play the long game and allow your value to surface when it truly counts. Most people never realize the moment they quietly lose value until it's already set. Every room you enter becomes a courtroom, and every person inside it becomes a judge. Judgment happens quickly, formed from first impressions, your posture, your gaze, your tone before you even speak. The court of perception doesn't care about hidden intentions or private truths. You are not the one who decides your value, others do. That's why arguing your case is pointless. Instead, present an image so consistent and composed that the verdict feels unavoidable. Shape your narrative through behavior, not claims. Respect is never taken by demand. It's earned through presence and steady self-cultivation. When you understand perception, you win the trial before it ever starts. Become the living example of the value you seek and let your life quietly guide the judgment of the court. Once a verdict is formed, most people never get a second trial. The world doesn't reward merit alone. It rewards perceived value. Talent by itself is rarely enough, which is why so many capable people remain unseen. Value is subjective, and perception is what gives your abilities weight. It's not enough to be competent. You have to be recognized as competent. A craftsman who displays his work is valued more than a hidden genius no one sees. The world responds to mastery that is both real and visible. You have to develop substance and understand appearance. Neglect either one, and you stall. Build genuine skill, then shape how it's perceived. Highlight your successes, stay quiet about small failures, and reveal your competence deliberately, at the moment when it will land with the most impact. In a moment, you'll see how powerful people reveal value without ever appearing to try. Character functions like currency, forged through consistency, reliability, and composure. Every action you take is either a deposit into your reputation or a withdrawal from it. Those with the highest value are seen as steady, calm when others panic, measured when others rush. Their silence reads as thoughtfulness. Their patience feels intentional. Emotional control signals depth and inner strength. Many people drain their reputation chasing short-term gratification without realizing the cost. Instead, build a reserve of character by acting deliberately and honoring what you commit to. Be reliable in what you do and restrained in what you reveal. That balance attracts respect and trust naturally. Over time, your character begins to speak for you, becoming your quiet advocate and most durable asset. In the world of power, less is often more. Constant availability cheapens your presence while scarcity quietly increases it. Restraint becomes a discipline, giving less of your time, fewer opinions, and more selective attention. Become like a spring in the desert, rare, valuable, and sought after. When you choose where to place your focus, it feels like a gift. In conversation, speak less and your words carry more weight. Be present less often, and your absence creates curiosity. This level of restraint demands self-control, the ability to resist the urge to be everywhere and involved in everything. Quiet confidence signals self-sufficiency, and that independence naturally draws others in. Let your world feel larger than the room, and people will want to step into it. Scarcity only works when it's natural. Forced restraint backfires. Silence is one of the most misunderstood and most underused tools of power. Most people are uncomfortable with it. They rush to fill any pause with noise, with unnecessary words, with nervous explanations. They treat silence as a void, assuming it signals awkwardness or weakness. That assumption is a mistake. Silence is not an absence. It is a presence. It is space that you control. When you remain silent while others speak, you are not disengaged. You are observing, listening, and thinking. You are collecting information while they are giving it away. In that moment, you control the rhythm of the interaction. When someone asks you a question, especially one meant to provoke, don't answer right away. Pause. Let the silence settle in the room. That single delay has multiple effects. It unsettles the person who asked because they've lost control of the exchange. What silence does next is what quietly shifts how people treat you. They begin to second-guess themselves, wondering what you're thinking and how their words landed. That uncertainty works in your favor. You come across as composed and deliberate, not reactive. The pause gives you time to choose the right response instead of reaching for the quickest one. And when you do speak, your words carry more weight because they rise out of silence. They sound measured, intentional, more serious. Silence also acts as a shield. It protects you from oversharing, from exposing your intentions too early, from agreeing to things you may later regret. Someone who talks constantly reveals everything: their strengths, their weaknesses, their plans, leaving nothing hidden and everything vulnerable to being used against them. The silent person becomes a fortress. Their thoughts stay protected. Their intentions remain unclear. That uncertainty creates a quiet form of intimidation. People are cautious around what they can't read or predict. When you stay silent, others begin to project their own fears and assumptions onto you, often assigning you more depth and strategy than you've shown. Silence amplifies perception. Learning to use it means becoming comfortable with the discomfort it creates in others. When you don't speak, people grow uneasy. They try to pull you into conversation. They push, probe, and seek reassurance. You have to resist the impulse to ease their tension by filling the space with words. Allow them to struggle in the space you've created. This, in itself, is a quiet assertion of dominance. It shows that you control the emotional atmosphere, not them. You are not moved by their discomfort or their urge to fill the silence. You set the pace. You decide when the moment ends. This is the gravity of silence. It subtly reshapes the social dynamic around you, drawing others toward your center without you having to say a single word. What is completely visible is rarely compelling. What's hidden, what's implied but never fully revealed, creates attraction. This is the influence of the unseen. In a world that pushes constant transparency, mystery becomes a source of power. People are naturally drawn to puzzles. They're captivated by what they can't fully understand. When you reveal everything, you become predictable. Leave gaps in your story. Allow unanswered questions to exist. Keep parts of your life, your thinking, and your plans out of sight. Let your outer presence remain calm and simple, while quietly suggesting depth beneath the surface. That tension between what's shown and what's hidden is what makes you intriguing and hard to ignore. Power often comes down to knowing when to leave. This is the principle of strategic withdrawal. Just as limiting your availability increases your value, a well-timed exit can strengthen your position and leave a lasting impression. Many people make the mistake of staying too long at gatherings, in meetings, or in conversations. They remain until the energy fades, until the interaction becomes flat and forgettable. In doing so, they quietly reduce their own impact. What people remember is not presence, but exhaustion. Powerful individuals understand the importance of the exit. They leave while the energy is still alive, while interest remains. They step away at the peak, not the decline. This principle applies across all social situations, and those who master it are remembered long after they're gone. Staying just a little too long erases everything you built before it. When you've made your point in a meeting, stop speaking or step away. When you've secured a win, don't linger or celebrate in public. Withdraw and prepare for what comes next. When you've captured the attention or admiration of a group, leave gracefully before that interest begins to fade. This creates a strong psychological effect. Your absence feels sharper because you exited at the peak. People replay the moment afterward, and their memory of you becomes tied to positive energy and quiet intrigue. You become the one who left before the moment declined, the one who slipped away. Strategic withdrawal is also a powerful tool in conflict and negotiation, where knowing when to disengage can matter more than pushing for one more exchange. Sometimes the strongest move is simply to leave the table. Walking away signals that you aren't desperate, that your life and options don't hinge on a single outcome. It communicates quiet abundance. This kind of withdrawal often has an unexpected effect. It draws the other party back, but on better terms. Faced with the possibility of losing you entirely, your value suddenly becomes clearer to them. It's a high-stakes move, and it requires confidence and a firm sense of self-worth. But the payoff can be significant. The key is timing. You must learn to exit with the same precision a playwright uses for the final curtain. Leave too early, and the moment feels unfinished. Leave too late, and interest dissolves. Your intuition has to lead here. Learn to feel the peak of the moment, the point where attention, interest, or momentum is at its highest. Once you sense it, begin your withdrawal. Always leave before you're fully satisfied. This discipline prevents familiarity from dulling your presence. It surrounds you with scarcity and quiet desirability. By mastering the timing of your exit, you control the final impression that remains. You stay associated with power and mystery, never reduced to something ordinary or taken for granted. Some of what actually raises your value can't be applied immediately. It has to be recognized in the moment it happens. That's why most people miss it. The Machiavellian archive exists for that reason, to give you a written framework you can return to when situations repeat and patterns become obvious. If you want to study these dynamics properly, you'll find it in the description. Appearance and perception are powerful tools, but without real ability behind them, they're empty. True power is substance kept in shadow. Commit yourself to a craft. Become genuinely skilled at something that matters. In a world full of surface-level effort, deep competence is rare, and rarity creates value. Work quietly. Improve without announcing it. Let outcomes speak for you. When a real test arrives, appearances collapse and only ability remains. In that moment, quiet competence places you above the rest, without effort, without noise. Mastery is slow, quiet, and often lonely. It isn't glamorous, and it rarely draws attention while it's being built. It's formed through years of disciplined, repetitive work, the kind of effort most people avoid. Many look for shortcuts, but real strength is shaped in solitude, through consistency and dedication. The world only notices the outcome, never the grind that made it possible. That unseen labor is what gives real power its weight and permanence. Your emotions are your greatest vulnerability. Anyone who can pull anger or fear out of you has already found leverage over your mind. Emotional discipline isn't a personality trait. It's a strategic requirement. It's the armor you wear in the battlefield of human interaction. The calmest person in the room always holds the advantage. Composure is a form of power others can sense without it being spoken. Practice detachment. Notice your emotions as they rise, but don't let them choose your actions. When you master your inner state, you begin to master the game itself. Patience is not passive waiting. It's an active, strategic weapon. In a world fixated on speed, the patient individual operates on a different timeline. They see the entire board, while others rush forward and burn themselves out. Anything truly valuable takes time to build. Real power doesn't belong to the fastest mover, but to the one who can wait, endure, and act at the right moment. The need for approval is a quiet poison. The moment you look outward for validation, you surrender control of your self-worth. What once helped us survive socially becomes a liability in the modern world. When you seek approval, you place yourself in the role of the petitioner and hand others the position of judge. Real power is internal. Your validation must be built from your own standards, discipline, and self-trust. When you break free from the need to be approved, you step out of submission and into control, becoming the player, not the pawn. Once you stop seeking approval, most interactions can't go back to the way they were. Over-explaining is often a quiet signal of insecurity. When you feel compelled to justify yourself at length, you reveal uncertainty about your own position. A powerful person's actions carry weight on their own. They don't need footnotes or long explanations. Silence and brevity work in your favor. Let a simple no stand on its own. Learn to resist the urge to justify every decision. Allow your actions to speak with conviction. That certainty becomes the explanation. Chasing is a quiet admission of inferiority. Whether it's a person, an opportunity, or a position, pursuit frames you as the one who needs, and the one who needs is never perceived as valuable. Desperation repels. It signals imbalance. Power comes from reversing the dynamic. Become the prize instead. Build your value steadily and allow others to move toward you. Stop chasing, start constructing. When your value is real and visible, the world adjusts its path toward you. The highest form of power is indifference, not something you perform, but a genuine absence of need for a specific outcome. This is the strength of not wanting. The person who needs something is always in the weaker position. That need makes them predictable, exposed, and easy to influence. The one who can walk away without hesitation holds the advantage. They can't be baited or pressured by what they don't require. This creates real freedom, especially in negotiation. Indifference isn't apathy. It's a deliberate choice to protect your position and define your own terms. When you master the power of not wanting, you stop settling. You only accept what is truly worth having, and only on conditions you control. Indifference gives you the freedom to choose carefully. Selectivity is the seat from which real authority operates. The truly powerful are highly selective. Their yes is rare, and their no protects them. Every decision to decline, every refusal to engage, quietly reinforces their value. Be selective about who you allow close to you. The people you associate with shape how you're perceived. Your time becomes something scarce. Access to your world turns into a privilege. Authority isn't built to satisfy everyone. It exists to command respect. The long game of value isn't a trick or a performance. It's a commitment to building something real, one deliberate action at a time, over years, not moments. While others chase quick validation and short-lived attention, you choose patience, restraint, and quiet competence. Every act of self-mastery, every boundary you hold, every moment of silence when others rush to speak, adds another stone to the structure you're building. Over time, those choices compound. They harden into value that can't be shaken or taken away. This is the long game, the only path to power that is genuine, enduring, and fully your own. This is where all of this comes together, and why most people never experience it. The mastery of perception is the hidden structure behind real power. It's about building a reputation so solid that your presence alone alters the room. This isn't manipulation, it's self-mastery, carried so consistently that others naturally adjust around you. Your silence, your composure, your discipline become your statements. True power doesn't announce itself or argue its case. It simply exists. Shape yourself into that presence. After that, nothing needs to be said. If this video helped you see value differently, support it with a like. If you've had experiences where these principles apply, leave a comment. Share this with someone who feels overlooked. but doesn't know why. Subscribe if you want more content like this, and watch the next video. This principle becomes even more powerful when it compounds over time.